is just so unbelievable with its ad product. In fact, when I don't, unless you're Coca-Cola, and the answer is 100%, not 74, when I hear 74, I get excited because I'm like, we're not gonna waste a penny on media. I want to run all organic for this company and then run 3-mile radius media against it individually, and that's gonna drive sales. To your point, I was listening very carefully, it's brand. Because if it's not brand, Uber Eats and Seamless are gonna eat your lunch. If you become a private label, you're dead. So I'm with you on that. I wanna build brand, but I wanna build it with relevance. Here's a controversial thing that I am starting to win the debate on in Madison Avenue. I want 7 different stories for this brand, not one. That old how brands grow, one campaign, I would argue that the campaign is a vulnerability in 2026. It's a bunch of micro campaigns. It's for the high school football team, piece of content. It's for the mom that's ordering, that's working 2 jobs. You gotta be more relevant to more people. That's what social allows. So I would say Facebook and Instagram and TikTok are clearly ahead, and that needs to be a focus. But there's meaningful potential on YouTube Shorts, believe it or not, on LinkedIn, working parents, getting them on LinkedIn, running creative at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon from this brand, saying, are you busy at work? How about us to help you today? Would crush. And then for the youth culture, Snapchat has a version of TikTok and Instagram inside of it. Most of you with kids know Snapchat's more of them messaging each other, but they do have something called Spotlight. Because most people don't know about it, it's very underpriced attention for youth culture. So I would market youth pizza content in there, and that's how I see the framework.
Well, thank you. Very, very, very well. You know, one of the things that we've been frightened a bit by is that sometimes messaging, you know, the political nature out there, this, or someone's doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And so some of it is from our own world. How do we control it amongst our world? Because you can't control the out.
That's right.
From an organic side. Do you have any boundary? You have how many people working in?
We have 3,000 employees in the marketing company.
And are some of them monitoring the good, the bad, the ugly, and boundaries?
Of course.
Okay. So
these are making content. You put in guardrails. Corporate, obviously everything gets reviewed. Here's the reality. In the history of social media marketing, truly, you really have the Bud Light example as a distinct black and white, this post caused financial ramifications. Good news, brother. I don't know if you guys heard. You can't be canceled unless you accept it.
Right.
I have more good news for you. America's mindset only lets them focus on stuff for 24 hours. It's just real, like, we're real talk up here. If God forbid something egregious happened, the reality is if a franchisee does it and corporate does not like what they've done, corporate has the ability to put out a piece of content and say, look, we respect all our franchisees. In this specific case, we do not align with that, and let's move on. My friends, in real life, not in ideology life, you know, this is a non-event unless the corporation decides to completely lose their mind.
Okay, all right.
I need it. The number one fat thing going on in the world by a country mile is everyone, left and right, America, other countries, the human race, 8.2 billion people, fear is winning right now. This is not something to fear. You have unlimited growth on these platforms, and the idea that someone goes rogue when you can say you're sorry and move on should not. Look at what was it, Cracker Barrel? Right? Like Cracker Barrel put out a thing. I mean, we're so screwed up right now. We've decided to politicize, you know, everything. We politicize it, and they're like, just kidding, and now no one gives a crap.
Good awareness.
Heck, I'm trying to put out content to get me canceled just for fun for 48 hours. It's not scary, especially if you don't have bad intent, and if something left field happens, you address it. By the way, your customer, your customer's putting out way more content about you than you ever will. So you don't have control anyway.
Garyvee. All right. Where's Cal? He's sitting there, Cal. All right, we good? We good? All right. So listen, one of the things I want to switch gears here a bit, because you obviously have been an incredible power of positivity, and I even read a quote by you. Obsessed with
how many people here have a kid 3 to 9? Raise your hand. Please let these little fuckers lose. And here, the number one thing that has, you know why you're mad? You know, here's my favorite part. All of us Gen Xers and Boomers mad at Gen Z. Well, you raised them. Maybe they would work if you didn't give them an 8th place trophies when they sucked at soccer. My son is a beast at basketball. The other day, he's like, Dad, I'm going to the NBA. I'm like, bro, do you see this? You're not going to the NBA. Like, I just think like this delusional, you know, we basically spent an entire 30 years raising zoo animals, right? Like they're in these cages that we've created and then we send them in the wild. I don't know if you know about this, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, they sometimes released zoo animals into the wild. Those zebras died in 13 seconds. I literally had, this is real, last month, somebody who was in a second round interview emailed, CC'd their mom and asked if their mom could come to the second interview. That is where we're at. So yes, I think losing is very healthy. Well, I prefer it.
Well, the areas that are credible, you have a mindset and you profess this, and I'm sure with your organization, many people you have, you know, you have to bring that temperature every day. And with our operators, there are 1,250 stores, and some are doing very well, even in this climate, doing very well because their OSAT scores are strong.
Many things. They invested heavier on a good location. It's really fun to save money on a C location until you open the doors. Right?
It's part of it.
2, anyone who's sitting in that audience that blames corporate is a loser. And notice how that got quiet. Not that I actually think you're a loser, but if you're sitting there and blaming corporate, I remind you, you've decided not to be a full-bred entrepreneur. You've got training wheels on. You're more than welcome to start Stanley's Pizza Shop. You could have. This is real talk. When people focus on what they control, they win. I sit with nothing but corporate and QSR who blame y'all, and I make fun of them even worse because they're just in fucking suits. That is spent worrying about the other side of the equation. If we just worry about what we can control, we win. If I joined a QSR right now, I would break every rule that corporate had. I'd be doing flyers I would do whatever it took to build my business. I'm definitely not waiting for them. Right. I'm gonna contribute my 2, 3, 4% depending on the franchise. Make pretend that they're blowing it because I don't even want to dwell on it.